Steffi here. I don't know about you guys. Adam Schefter, Dan Orlovsky in the building. That means football season is close. Our boy S.A. from the West Coast. How we feeling, fellas? How's the weekend?
What's going on, what's Schefter? It is always an honor and a privilege to see you on the show. My brother from another mother, D.O., Dan Orlovsky. What's up with the high top, baby? What's up with the high top? Talk to me, man. What's up, Elvis?
It's the summertime. It's the summertime. I don't cut the top of my hair in the summertime. I think it looks awesome. Should I take my jacket off, though? Are we going?
Jamie to the jailhouse, bro. Go ahead, Elvis.
I haven't seen you in like 3 months, and it took 3 seconds for you to start something.
Come on, man.
But can I take my jacket off? Can I take my jacket off?
Look at you.
You're allowed. You are allowed today.
Dano.
You're allowed today.
Your game up. A little custom fit.
Stephen A.
Hold on.
Name.
Don't hurt him.
Just in case.
If you're going to take it off, it needs to be because you believe you fly, not because you're trying to emulate somebody who's obviously fly.
Did Stephen A. pay for that jacket for you? Did he pay for that inscription for the custom-made jacket?
No, Stephen A. has not paid for that, but I'm willing to accept a purchase.
Hell no.
Do we want to compliment ourselves anymore before we
Chill
start?
out, Gumby.
Or we're feeling good?
Chill out, Gumby.
I'm just wondering. We're good?
Chill out, Gumby.
Everybody this morning.
Okay.
All right, Lemon and Lime. We got the message.
Guys, these are weak. I mean, can we come up with a better nickname? How quickly a narrative can shift. And Shedeur Sanders did just that on Friday night in his first preseason game against the Panthers. Shedeur went 14-23 for 138 yards, throwing 2 TD passes, 0 picks, and added 19 yards on the ground, showing poise and composure. Here's Shedeur himself in his performance.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't nervous, so I didn't really have too much adrenaline. It was just getting comfortable. That's all it is. Like it's plenty games before, like I was nervous, but I felt like I knew the answers to the test. So it's like when you feel unprepared, then, you know, when you don't feel like you're ready for the moment. I know I'm ready for the moment. Did I play up to par? No, I don't feel like I did. But overall, the main goal was to win. And that's honestly what we did.
Stephen A., he certainly turned some heads on Friday. What did Shedeur prove to you?
That he deserved more looks, that he deserves the consideration that some of us thought he deserved coming into the draft. I mean, 5 or 7 passes for 10 or more air yards for 93 yards, or both his touchdown passes as well. Give the guy a lot of credit where credit is due. He's playing against second and third stringers. We get all of that because the Browns didn't play their starters. The Carolina Panthers are the Carolina Panthers. They're one of the worst teams in football. And so we're not going to go be beside ourselves about what he did against them, because you have to take the opposition into consideration. But as somebody who is a Shedeur Sanders fan, who believed that he got screwed over during draft day, or draft night rather, being a 144th pick, 5th round pick, to see him go out there and make some of those requisite throws and show flashes of the kind of potential that he has, I definitely think it was a good sign. Make no mistake about it. And I definitely think that as a result, he's going to warrant more looks moving forward. But that's all we could say at this particular moment. We really can't say more than that right now.
Prove to me that he's absolutely demanding of more reps with the second and first teams, against the second and first teams. I've been very adamant that Cleveland should start one of these rookies. I really believe that. And what we saw from Shedeur coming off of the reports in the summer, everything out of camp has been Shedeur had another good day. Shedeur's been really good. Shedeur was the best quarterback in camp. And then you get the opportunity to start. And if you just ask, what did he look like? Comfort, in total control. He played really fast. He didn't panic. Okay, so those are all the things that you saw. Then his own words, he had that smirk on his face of, I felt like I had the answers to the test. That's what it looked like. And then plays like this, I would actually be most encouraged by. One of the things for Shedeur coming out of the draft that I was critical of was, like, I don't think he's a ridiculous athlete, not a high-end athlete, kind of average. I thought he made some plays with his legs that I was really impressed with. So I think that, and for me, the result doesn't matter. And the opponent, for me, Stephen A., doesn't matter. No. Shefty, it's what does it look like? And he looked like a guy that should be getting opportunity to say, nope, you're actually not good enough. If I were the Browns, he would be getting reps with the starters this week. I felt like going into the game, if he played a certain way, that would be the case. He should getting reps with the starters this week, and he should I always say it this way. Prove to me you can't do it. Prove to me you can't do it. And so far, he has not done that.
You're saying prove to me you can't do it. And I think the Cleveland Browns were of the mind, prove to me that you can do it. And it was one game. One game. But he proved in one game that he could do it, so much so that they now have to give him the chance in the second preseason game to prove he can do it then. And if he goes out in the second preseason game and proves he could do it like he did it in the first preseason game, well, guess what? They're going to have him prove it in the third preseason game. And if he does it then we might start talking about when he's going to prove it as a starting quarterback in the regular season. One game. Don't want to get too excited. But in one game, he flashed. He popped. He showed he belonged. And that's what you're looking for early on. There aren't a lot of rookie quarterbacks that when they step onto the field, late round draft picks, mid round draft picks, where they flash. Russell Wilson did it back in 2012. Dak Prescott did it for the Dallas Cowboys. In one game, Shedeur Sanders did it. He's got to keep doing it. But if he keeps doing it, he's going to force conversations around that facility that they're already starting to have. This morning, the Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski said he wasn't sure yet how the quarterback rotation was going to work in the second preseason game. And they're not going to be ready to name a starting quarterback for the regular season after the second preseason game. A lot of different things going on there. Shedeur is making everybody think, and the more he plays like that moving forward, the tougher these calls, or really the easier the calls are going to make, and the more conversations they're going to have.
Stephen A?
It's a real moment, because I wasn't thinking about whether or not they should start a rookie, because obviously Joe Flacco at 40 years of age, a Super Bowl champion, highly experienced, took the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs. When Deshaun Watson went down a couple of years ago, it speaks for itself. But Dan makes a very valid point. Hold on to that moment, Dan. It's rare. But you make a very, very valid point, because when you're talking about the rookies, somebody like him starting for the Cleveland Browns, Flacco is really that positions him to be the security blanket, which is what you brought him there for to begin with. You didn't bring him there to lead the Browns. You brought him to be a security blanket in the event that you couldn't find somebody else who could do it. That's why people in Cleveland were looking at it last year. Why the hell isn't he here last year? What the hell you let him get out the door for before you ultimately brought him back after the season he had a couple of years ago? But I do think it's important to bring this one nugget up. I'm looking at the average time to throw for a quarterback last year in the National Football League. Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was like at 2.42 to 3.14 seconds, if I remember correctly, based on what I read.
Sure.
The average time that Shedeur Sanders had to throw the other night was 3.48 seconds. And the reality is that in the National Football League, you know this better than me, Shefty. Obviously, you do too, D.O. You ain't going to get that much time to throw. So I'm saying, again, the one story is that he's earned the right for further looks with the first, second unit as opposed to the third unit. You are right about that. All I'm saying is, as enthusiastic as I am about him, let's be cautiously enthusiastic from the standpoint that you're going up against the Carolina Panthers and you had a year and a day to throw the football. That definitely played a factor.
I love the fact that you brought that point up, and here would be my pushback to it, Stephen A. Number one, I actually thought he played fast.